Good morning, everybody. Vindy here with FuturestraderElite. Hope everybody's doing well this morning. Hope everybody had a great weekend, holiday weekend. Trying to get some things set up here on my end. We swept the bottom of the 4-hour candle that we currently was putting in. I'm looking for a pullback into this golden pivot area. What I was hoping to find here as I was watching things in pre-market. Not quite sure we'll get it, but uh, this here would put us on a 4-hour trend line. If we can sweep down into this area, and it seemed like a good place to see some sort of retest, say possibly down to anywhere around the 780 level. We got the 2-hour low down here at our golden pivot confluence, high time frame trend line. I was kind of hoping to see them sweep the 4-hour candle and possibly make that push on down into this area. Maybe find some support off that higher time frame trend line, and a push back out of that zone. We'll see. The market's going to open here in about 9 minutes or so, something like that. I was kind of hoping it'd be a little bit higher, but I guess this is fine. I was thinking maybe if they slow grinded this to the downside, it maybe be 100 points or so from there, and then they open the market and try to slam it down. But I guess that's still what about I don't know, 50, 60 possibly if they get down to the bottom of the zone there. Don't forget to smash that like button on the stream. Helps other traders find us on YouTube. Morning, Merlin. Morning, Remod. Trickling in. I feel I feel like they might try to come down here and tap this trend line at the open of the market, but they could open and push it back to the pre-market high, you know, 930, 40, 940 or so. But then we also had the previous day high 955 or so. And that overnight low sitting on top of that 4-hour zone up there around 30K. Just looking at this, hey, I'm looking at this 4-hour chart right here. Now you can see we got our trend line up here overhead. Got us a couple 4-hour lines here, trend lines, and then we got some 4-hour imbalance down here from this big drop we had the other day. And they come back here, rejected that golden pivot, tapped that top of that 4-hour imbalance, but then drove back up. But with this step down here and them coming back here, if they want to be bullish today, makes me think that maybe they open the market and try to smack this golden pivot possibly down a little bit further on that trend line. It could sweep a little more. I'm going to be looking for that because this 4-hour candle is going to close in about 34 minutes, 35 minutes. Slam down here at the open, and maybe we get the push back up. If they want to be bullish and come down and tap it and then start pushing this throughout the day, try to make this 4-hour chart look a little bit better. Kind of a mess, really. Look, I mean, we just been somewhat in a range on the 4-hour chart for a while now, and it's a big range. But it's been back and forth tapping these lower zones and these higher zones, every week. So I'm gonna keep my eye on here. Stay patient, stay vigilant. Let plan your trade your plan. Let price come to you. I may end up trying to front load down there in that zone, possibly. I don't know yet. Well, I appreciate everybody's support and showing up and showing out. I posted, I think, last Friday or some day or another that we had passed 1,000 subscribers. Finally hit that milestone on YouTube, and on July 3rd or June 30th when we passed it. Here we are. Here we are 6 days into July, and we're already past 1,100 subs. We passed 1,000 on June 30th, and I mean they've just hammering down. I don't know what's going on, but now we're at like 1,113. Been pretty wild to see come in. I was thinking I was going to be struggling to hit that mark in June because I started June at 849. Morning, Phipps. I appreciate everybody showing up and showing out, and maybe telling other traders or supporting any way you can in the FTE community. Smash that like button on the stream if you enjoy the stream. Helps other traders find us. Helps the community growing. I can tell you the 15-minute chart been something kind of ugly to be looking at ever since it dropped last Friday or Thursday. It's been a slow grind to the upside, but it's a nasty look, in my opinion. We only got about a minute and 30 seconds or something before the market opens. I'm gonna be looking for this golden pivot in the zone. Not necessarily that the reason is because I like the golden pivot, but that trend line is more like down in here around the 780, 785 area. They could sweep the golden pivot, tap that trend line, bounce there, or possibly even sweep that trend line, down into this 4-hour zone down here, but push it back up above that trend line. It really matters where that 4-hour candle closes. So even if they push through that trend line, but then close it at 10 o'clock market time above that trend line, then that'll be a positive sign on the higher time frame. Got about 30 seconds, it looks like, for the market opens. Now, I'm not going to front load down here now that we're so close area. I might go in small, maybe. I'll put one down here on the trend line, just one. Trend line's down there somewhere. I don't know the exact number, but it's right down here at the bottom of this box. Here we go, market open. Look at that. It didn't even touch it and it failed. What in the world? Hit the trend line. Push, baby, push. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Bam. Right on the trend line and pushed. Wow. Beautiful trade. Beautiful long. Did anybody grab that long out of that zone down there? Oh my goodness. Oh, let me cover right here. I don't need to be green. Oh, stop me out. Stop me out. Look at that. 184, 1 micro. Beautiful trade. What a way to start the day. Should have full ported down there, huh? That's all right, Remod. That's all right. No reason to take the trade in the first 15 minutes. But I mean, I said that if I did it, I was going to go small. What was funny is that it filled my order and the candle wasn't even near my order, which means price is moving faster than the candle. And no, great reaction to the trend line. That's what I was looking for. Now, if they keep pushing this up, it can close, in the next 30 minutes up here somewhere and not take it back down. That'll look real good on that 4-hour chart. I don't know. That's going to have to be a trade of the day for me. I'm going to have to highlight it even though I only took 1 micro. Although it's still almost $200. I don't know if anybody's seen, excuse me, I had posted in the, oh, give me just a second. I had posted Bull and Ox is running some kind of new discount on their 25Ks. You can get them for $9.95 right now with code FTE25K. And I've also reached out to Bull and Ox to have a conversation with them about some of their activation fees. That's been one of the number one things that I hear back from the community is about the activation fees, even though their evals are cheap up front. Try to carry a conversation on with them about that and see if I can find anything out about it. But I mean, them 25Ks for $10, that's pretty cheap, pretty cheap. If you're just trying to get in and get started on an eval, it's a great way to start. $9.95. I'm guessing nobody else took that long out of that zone down there off that where that 4-hour trend line was at. Yeah, we got down and touched 776. Let's have a look at that chart real quick. Pull that other chart across here. Here's that 4-hour chart we was looking at before the market opened. Look at that. Wicked right down to that trend line. Try to zoom into that so y'all can see that. Right here. Almost touched it right there. As soon as the market opened, push back up. Beautiful. Chart good. But there'll be plenty more trades. Plenty more trades. Never put my stop in, huh? Over 140 or 50 point move had I not stopped. That's okay. That's okay. I'll find another. I just had to sit back and relax here myself on the sideline for a minute. Maybe let the first 15 minutes get put in. They tag that pre-market high, orb high. They're both at the same level. How are they going to range this? This is just nasty. Wow. Over 100-point candle right there. Question will be, will they be able to save it down here and untap that golden pivot and zone again? Second time today. They're going to be able to push through that trend line, stay under it. Although they can temporarily for the next. What matters is if the 4-hour closes under it or above it. Could still be trying to come down and possibly even sweep that 4-hour zone down there. Right here, 752 to 762. Enjoying the stream, don't forget to smash that like button. Helps other traders find us on YouTube. We run them likes up to about 20. Get about 20 likes on the stream. I'll give away a copy of the Trader Mindset book to someone in chat. If you're new here to the streams, let us know in chat. That way we can welcome you to. Excuse me. I appreciate that, Leroy. Hope you caught some of that. Maybe. Nice job, Leroy. No problem. That's what it's all about. Getting them levels, knowing them levels, understanding why they might react. You can see they keep coming down and tapping it. You got another beautiful push out of that golden pivot. Then another great opportunity for somebody to have taken a long out of that area. So what it's all about. Congratulations on your base hit. That's all I got was a base hit. All I needed though. Now that they ranged it here, we'll see if they want to come back up and break the orb high, take it higher, what they want to do. Yep, Leroy, that's right. I like the mindset. Don't give it back. Even rotate out, if you got more accounts, rotate to something else if you can. Don't give it back or just wait for another great setup. Looks like they're ranging here, so, possibly they bring it back down into that box again, bounce again. We'll see. But do what you can to protect your account, your capital. Oh my goodness. Yes, it was nice to take some time down away from it, away from the computer. Didn't I didn't even get on Friday at all. Didn't look at the market. Didn't do nothing. Been a long time since I've done anything like that, but it was nice to take it into the weekend. Didn't really work on any kind of content, much of nothing over the weekend. That's out of my wheelhouse. I'm usually working 7 days a week when it comes to all this. It's a little bit refreshing. Not mess with anything. Out of the orb here, tagging a previous day high. See how they react to that. Could be a rejection out of there. They got a nice close outside of the orb. Going with a push here, they could retest the orb high, previous day high. You know, if I want to play an orb retest high, or when they break an orb, I would prefer a higher closeout, and then, you know, retest a couple, 2, 3 candles later, maybe. Not like they just did there. I don't really like that as much. Although, I mean, it could be considered a retest. Still a valid trade, but I like it a little better when they close out a little higher and come back. Rejection out of here. Might have to put up a little on short trade right here, possibly. Happens. Pretty good little fight going on here. Come on, do it. Push it down. Ah, come on. I'm gonna get out of that. I don't like it. Get out of that. Not the not a very clean rejection there. They didn't follow through good enough on that nice red candle. Pretty bullish. Showing some strength here with this, so going to get us some trend lines here off the bottom that we're looking at here. Maybe they're trying to push for the overnight high. Might be looking for a short play up here in this 4-hour zone up here. About 30,000 to 30,010 possibly. They've tested about this area about 5 times on a 15-minute. Get rejected every time. So possible first reaction to this zone is going to be a rejection. Not that they can't break it, but because of all the rejection they did. If they don't blow through it, could be rejection. I don't see why they would blow through it, but who knows? I don't think there's any news this morning, but if there is, that would be what it would take to do it probably. Are still up there pretty good, almost 40. Possibly even a sweep here, maybe a little up, and then a first red candle put in maybe on the next 1-minute candle. News in 8 minutes. Guessing at 10 o'clock market time. Getting clean rejection out of here. Problem is, I done tried the short once on the first red candle, and it didn't work out that good. I scalped out and was safe, but I tried this one and we drove up. Although this one's coming out of a higher zone, so Pips says that there's news at 10, and then it will do something. So be careful, everybody. Some kind of news coming out. I can afford to sit out on the sidelines for a little while here and see. Not in that big of a hurry to push anything or execute a trade, so I'll wait. A lot of people love trading news and around news if they're using props that allow that, and I just think it's kind of dangerous. You might as well let the news come out, let the move happen, let it calm down, and then find your A+ trade set up off of that. Because when the news comes out, nobody knows which way it's going. The first move is usually the wrong move, and so people get all caught up chasing price, end up blowing accounts. Some people get lucky and pass evals or lock in some on the funded. Either way, it's still a 50-50 gamble with news. You don't know which way it's going to go. Best thing to do is sit on the sideline. A lot of times it could be great news, the market will tank, and then it could be horrible news, and the market will pop. The way the market moves does not coincide that great with whatever news comes out, whether it be good or bad. It can just actually do whatever. So get your popcorn, pull up a chair, take a breather, and experience a little bit of JOMO. Had I taken the short on the first red candle, I would have had to scalp out again. It went down and tagged that trend line. Or no, I moved that trend line, but it went down there, tagged that 21 EMA or whatever that, and then bounced right back up. So it would have been the same scenario I had back here. I barely got out in the green with that. scalping out of that. I would have had to do the same thing there. Means things are pretty bullish, so we'll see what happens when the news, whatever news is coming out. While I'm waiting, I'm gonna go check. I'm gonna go check with Bullinox. Looks like they sent me a response back to my question. I was talking about the activation fees and whatnot, about these promos they've been running. Excuse me. Like I'll just have to message them. Like we're over 2 minutes, maybe something like that for a whole hour, news hour. Got a couple minutes on the 15-minute chart to close, and it's not looking that great. Nice rejection on the 15-minute chart out of that level up there, night high. We'll keep pushing down here and close that 15-minute candle red. Volumes possibly. What's going to happen here, especially if the market does not like whatever this. Right now, it kind of pushes us right back down in our zone down here. This is kind of the line in the sand, especially after 1, 2, 3, 4. It's done tapped it 4 times, so it's kind of the line in the sand. You know, are they gonna range it back down here on bad news? Arrange it down here on good news? What is their plan? Boxes. Close enough. Close enough. Got about 30 seconds here. Trying hard to push 15-minute candle red. Fine. Unless the news pops and it goes out top of the screen or something. Yep. Whole hour, top of the hour here. Are still between 35 and 40. Place I'd rather be in the sideline. News was an even split. Leave that the way this candle's moving. That kind of falls in line with an even split. We'll see if there's some repercussions of split here. No. So I'm not really interested myself in taking any long positions, anything bullish unless they get above the overnight high and stay. Because been a line in the sand here to the upside, and they really need to break that for me to believe it can go any higher. And they have struggled with that pretty good. So just gonna leave it there. I don't intend on unless they have some kind of crazy pullback, I might get long in that. But up here, no, I'm just gonna have to be thinking about short plays, anything under 30K, or they need to break that, consolidate, do whatever they need to do. Break the overnight high, do a retest, salvage it, try to push it on up for the long side. I also got some 4-hour resistance there. Overhead trend line is up there in that area too, where it keeps rejecting from on the 15. So that could be a pretty tough spot getting above 30K and staying, especially since the news was pretty much even split and won't push it much one way or the other. They're going to have to get above 30K, stay above 30K. And if they can get over the overnight high and consolidate, I can see them trying to push to maybe 300 today, maybe. But that's a maybe. Now they got to first get up there, do a lot to even make that happen. So if we have anybody new with us on the stream today, let us know in chat. Way we can welcome you to the community. Welcome you to the community. How's everybody doing today? Anybody taking any trades yet? Locking in any green? Maybe you got hit on the wrong side, took a loss somewhere along the way. Hopefully you kept your wrist tight if you had to take a loss so far. Make it manageable to get back or lock out and rotate. Don't always got to get it back the same day. Don't need to be on tilt. Don't need to be chasing price. We know way too much about reading the chart to be chasing the price around. Nice. Phipps got him a scalp for 216. Love it. Good job, Phipps. Leroy caught some of that move out of the opening bell. Trade I took earlier. Open. Like, I think I got about 381. I got 381 locked between two accounts. 190.50. Might rotate out of them here in just a, or I might just stay in them and push them a little while and see if maybe get anything that sets up. Going right back into what we were seeing last week. Now we're not 30 minutes into the market. We opened, we dipped, we ripped, we ranged, and now we're chopping all within 45 minutes. So kind of crazy. Oh, what a day. Coming into that 4-hour trend line. Trying to go for it again. Maybe they try to get up here and tap it one. See if they can break the ceiling. Or if they're going to reject it again. for the short right here. I don't think we're taking just why they put it back up. Try to take a short and take it to the previous day high for a retest. Like they got other plans here. Plans that I don't want to be part of. Little curious about the area right about. That's coming up into a 15-minute trend line. Candle's about to close again here in a couple minutes. They break through this box and maybe consolidate up here, chop around, push, and then retest this box, but stay above it. I'm going to be thinking about the long side from here on out. They can get above it, stay above it. Getting to be extended on momentum pretty good on the 1, 2, and or the 5. 15 minutes. Getting to be up there pretty good. Not quite there. Getting close. Good job, Phipps. Locking them scalps down. That candle is closing right on that, close to it anyway. Pretty strong up here. That trend line. Looking like maybe they want to get pushed to the R1 pivot and see how it reacts up there. Like how extended on momentum we are. They could slow grind it though. Chop it around on the momentum. Push. Now I got me a nice little, got me over to the 200 mark. So we're back under that trend line on the 5-minute. Now we're put back above, but we was 15-minute candle, 6 seconds. If it closes below this box, it's not going to look good. Wait and see where it closes. But the 15-minute and the 30-minute both close here 6 minutes. So see where they close at, if they're going to be above or below that trend line. Never know what could happen. I think it'd be worth waiting 6 to find out. Coming up on 30 market time. Patient waiting, patient waiting. I like that they're holding price up here in the 30K range, but preferably all of it should be above the 15-minute high there. No, should be above the trend line. Consolidating if they want to chop around. For me to be more comfortable with the thought of them going long. Pretty much got intraday double tap up here on this ceiling almost. Oh, the next 3.5 minutes here might be a deciding factor on which way we want to go. Hmm. 2 minutes left. Our time frame can. If they push down and close around 990, not look good at all. Don't know what to think here or what to do. Feel choppy, but like they're gonna close down below that trend line. They don't do 30 seconds. Ugly. Yeah, choppy, choppy. I'm gonna stay out of it. Building a flag, bull flag though. So I mean, Push above 30-minute high. Maybe they try to tackle the R1 pivot if they want to bullish here. Trail it some here with some orders for a manipulation candle for in case they want to be bullish and throw out some kind of crazy wick. Maybe I get picked up down there close to that trend line and suck it right back up. No problem, Leroy. What it's all about. You gotta have patience to survive. You can't be 100 mile an hour chasing every single little tick or little wiggle or little reversal or anything else. You gotta be patient. Plan your trade your plan. And then that's like this me putting this trade here on the chart, you know. Like I said, I only want that if they manipulate real fast, smack it and push back up. You know, and with the way they're slow grinding here and chopping a little bit, they're known to do some crazy stuff like that. You know, thinking they'll come down and maybe tap this 50 EMA on the 1 minute line with this trend line. So it's a possibility they did crazy like that, plus retest these lows here. Uh, and just push it right back up. But I don't want to get in it long up here. I don't want to get long in it. This box. now that they're stuck between the box and the pivot, I want to see them get to the pivot and reject and see what they do, or if they're gonna reject a little bit and just little pullback and keep grinding up. You know, not gonna not gonna chase the price way up there, but I will get in on some kind of pullback. But at some point, I'm gonna be done with it. Come down and maybe retest the overnight high here for a long, maybe for a scalp opportunity. I want that. I mean, if they got close to a trend line, they just push it back into that box. I mean, back on that trend line. Not really a clean break push, much as it is. They're still just chopping around that trend line. Part of me wonders, really setting this up like they want to roll this over here, you know, here soon. Stop slow grinding. Gotta be careful with maybe buying some pullbacks on the trend line or down here, because all it takes is one of these cracks to happen and no more of that slow grinding. They start pulling it back to the downside somewhere. They're swept. They're right back into that trend line zone. We got about 5 minutes, 15 minutes. If it closes inside this box or below it, I can't really be thinking about the longs anymore. The idea is about the top of this box, say above the box. They've yet to actually close outside of the trend line on the higher time frame. Just depends on where they push it to when it's time for the higher time frame candles to close. They have went above it, but they've yet to close and break it. So most important part is that break. I mean the close of the break on say the 15-minute or higher. Of course, you'll get your 15-minute first if it happens. And you want to see the 30-minute, then the 1 hour do it. And when they all stack up, can't close above the trend line, kind of writes the story for itself. You know? Everybody sitting on the sidelines or somebody trading this chop, not being patient. Waiting. I'm waiting. Waiting. Like they're gonna break the trend line. Close out of it. About 40. About time. At least gave us one signal. How were they gonna do after that? Will they can grind? Know what I'm doing? Why wait? Healthy. Eating me some Greek yogurt. Grams of protein. A lot for yogurt. Blueberry yogurt. Greek yogurt. Scanning these charts is making me hungry. Got our close outside the 15-minute trend line. Not an automatic buy signal. That's a okay. Finally did something signal other than chop. But if they just continue to chop in this area, don't really mean much. Maybe they're coming back here, retest the 15 trend line. Now I gotta wait another 15 minutes. 30-minute closes because it closes back inside the trend line. That means 15 minutes close back inside of it too. So that is useless information if that's what happens. Yeah, I kind of been. That's why I got my out for. Is a reversal coming? I don't know that it will. Just gonna keep my eyes peeled here. Yeah. Yep. You're right about that, Phipps. Gonna go somewhere. Where's it gonna be though? I'm gonna venture to say it's gonna be down, but the way everything looks right now, looks like it's gonna. They ain't the Bulls ain't stepping in hard enough. You know, at least not at the moment. Arl posted it on Discord already. Locking in over 700 on some Merlin. And up and Just more of the same old, same old. Chop, chop, chop. And once again, the 30-minute candle closed in 5 minutes, and it's breaking back below that trend line on the 30 minutes. So, if it closes under that in the next 5 minutes, I got to think, possible, possible short on the day in play more so than the long. But being too early is sometimes how you get in trouble on a trade, entering too early before a move's ready to happen. So I'd rather just sit on the sidelines and wait for the candles to close and give me confirmations on what we're looking like on the higher time frame versus some key level stuff, uh, and make my plan around that. Unless I'm going to do a little bit of scalping. Yeah, could be. Never know. Never know. Tips could be. Sure. Excuse me. So the 30 minutes closed practically right on the trend line. Yeah, yeah. Seems that way that it's gonna keep me guessing. Yep. It's gonna keep me from trading. That's was this we've been in sideways action for what now? Over an hour. This range up here. So hmm, yeah, that's a possibility too, Leroy. I might not see much as far as trade plans set up until later in the day, possibly going into power hour or something. I don't know. Could be absolute right. I've only traded 2 accounts, and I guess if that's all I trade, that's all I trade. No, I'm not gonna force anything. Stay in my lane, stay disciplined, have patience. Patience is what pays, not the activity. So Hey, what's going on, Ash? All doing pretty good, doing pretty good. Just waiting to get out of this chop that we've been in for an hour or better now. If today's your first day joining us here on the stream, let us know in chat. Would smash that like button on the stream. Helps other traders find us on YouTube. Get the 20 likes a day on the stream. I'm gonna give away a copy of the Trader Mindset book. Something that we all need to read, especially when markets are the way they are. Top done made Leroy fall asleep, it looks like. Just part of what we have to deal with, Leroy. Part of what we Nothing wrong with that, Ash. That's when you do your best work. Lock it in. Lock it in. Yeah, this whole chop's pretty boring. Pretty boring. they keep on chopping like this for another half hour, I'm gonna be out of here for a day. I can wait and trade another day, or trade later today or something. No, I haven't got any Apex accounts. Excuse me. on down and fill me. Come get me. Don't leave me at the train station. Well, looks like I should have left one of my orders up there at the 5-minute 50. Oh well. Well, that's how it goes sometimes. what to do. Hmm. Job, Ash. Ash passing the eval today. I don't know, Ash. Swing hadn't been in here today at all. There's Swing. The devil, speak of the devil. There. Man, what a day. What a day. Excuse me. Yeah, that's up pretty late there, Swain. That myself. Up till anywhere from midnight to 1, 2 in the morning. Turn around getting up between 3, 4, and 5 in the morning. I quit doing that though quite some time ago. Did that for a long time. Not a bad idea, Leroy. Not a bad idea. If you're green on the day, I mean, this really ain't much to be worried about. Just lock it in and walk away. Protect that account to trade another day. It won't be long and I'll be done. Coming up on like 12 o'clock market time. And I've been sitting through a whole lot of nonsense. All right, remod. Remod's locking out. Green as well, I think. Uh, Might come back in power. Not a bad idea. I can understand that. Nice. Emod in the green. Leroy's in the green. I'm in the green. Merlin's in the green. My ATR done dropped pretty good. Barely over 10. But give it maybe here another whole hour or something, then I'll probably get off too. Maybe come back for power hour, maybe. I hadn't locked much in today myself, but it adds up. I don't know. I probably got somewhere between 900,000 locked in across. It looks like 10 accounts. Hmm. I appreciate it, Swan. A lot of little base hits, really. My best trade of the day was right out of the gate this morning at the open. Yep, they do. Small gains, small base hits, they compound, and before you know it, you're either taking a payout or you're passing an eval. I mean, gotta be slow, steady, and consistent. Not aim for the stars every time you get in a trade. It's not about making $1,000 every day you come and trade. It ain't about putting $1,000 in one account or two accounts or 3,000 or 5. I mean, it is for some people, I guess. When you're doing that, you inherently are putting up more risk than you really need to be doing on a prop firm. Even in a large account. I mean, 150K, you're still putting up more risk than you need to in order to lock in them kind of hits. That's why if you ever see how they use their exits and take profits and whatever, they're willing to take a loss of like $2,000-3,000 in order to make them hit. I'm not trying to lose that on trade. Okay. Oh. I got 6 of my 10 accounts ain't even to $100 yet. One's at almost 80, and 5 of them are in the 80. I was copying those. So. Now look, the AR's down under 10. I'm gonna go on and call it a day, everybody. If you stay trading today, stay safe, plan your trade your plan. Appreciate everybody showing up and showing out and locking in with us. But it's gonna get a little too slow here going into lunch hour. Maybe I come back for power hour and might do some trading myself. Depends on what I got going on later today. But if not, I'll see everybody on the New York session tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, same place, same time. I don't. If I do stream tonight, you'll be notified if you got all that set up to be notified when I'm going live. As of right now, I don't have anything scheduled, but you just never know. If I throw something in there, so you might be on the lookout for that. Maybe. I hope everybody has a great rest of your day. I'll see everybody tomorrow.